Konnichiwa. Hello. Have you ever lived in a country where most of the people around you do not speak English? My dad was in the military and we got to live in a lot of different places, but Japan was my favorite. When I was 3, we moved to Japan and lived there until I was 10. My favorite personal experience is about what it was like to explore a completely different culture at a young age. While I did go to school on the Air Force Base in Japan, I lived off base in Fusa, Tokyo. Most of my neighbors were Japanese, and at the time I spoke Japanese pretty well. When I was in 1st and 2nd grade, my classes were mostly about learning to read and write in Japanese, and we went on a lot of field trips around Japan to learn and experience the Japanese culture. I got to visit a lot of shrines and temples and the Japanese cherry blossoms and learned about many of their customs. My family would also take trips to different parts of Japan, and we even got to climb Mount Fuji. One of my favorite things about living in Japan was their food, and my favorite was yakisoba, a type of noodle dish. The first time I went to Disney World was also in Japan, and even though it's pretty much like the Magic Kingdom in Florida, it was a pretty awesome experience. The Japanese festivals were also really neat, and all of the Japanese people got dressed up in kimonos that were really beautiful and put on shows in the streets. When I was 10, I moved back to the U.S. to Arkansas, talk about a culture shock, and moved around a few times after that. While I do enjoy living in the U.S., my husband is also in the military, and we hope to someday move to another place with a different culture so our kids can hopefully have a chance to experience different cultures as well.